Everyone's talking about this pink salt hack to end sugar cravings. But I have a secret that actually works. That my old self would be searching for this one quick fix. And this one drink, total game changer. And I'm going to share with you how you can feel radiant and end sugar cravings once and for all. I'm Rochelle, and I help women over 40 who are stuck in cravings and that are looking to end them and reset and live an elevated life. I know because I have done it, and it is a total game changer. And in this video, I'm going to cover my pink salt hack trick that actually works. And you could use pink salt in there, but sometimes I like to use sea salt because it tastes better. They actually have the same type of benefits. But maybe you've tried pink salt hacks. Tell me in the comments below. I'm curious. So the pink water salt trick is to add electrolytes so that you can stop your sugar cravings and feel more hydrated. Does it work? Sort of. The cravings don't go away. You may feel more hydrated, you may drink some more water, but you may mistake that water signal to be more cravings for sugar, and then you're just keep in the binge cycle and drinking this pink salt hack. And let's face it, who wants to have water with a bunch of salt in it and hoping and praying that your sugar cravings will finally come to an end when you drink this salt nightly? But here's the thing that everyone is missing. It's apple cider vinegar with trace minerals that help gut support with fruits and vegetables blended together with teas that hydrate your system, detox the gut, and balances your body to where you have this inner balance of peace. And in the result of that, cravings stop and you stop fighting with your body and you become radiant. And I'm going to share with you my favorite holiday drink, elixir, that's really simple to make. And let me cover the important ingredients because I really want you to understand why this works. So I'm just going to scroll over here and look at my benefits here on the ingredients. So I use oak smoked pepper. So this, what it does, you add this with turmeric, and the salt, whether it be pink salt or sea salt, they're the same, but honestly, this tastes a little better at sea salt in your elixirs. We're only adding a little bit anyway, but it's up to you which one you want to use. And then we're using blood orange, and today we're going to use the apple and cranberries and chai tea. And what I do is I cold brew it in a jar. And how I do that is I take a mason jar and I heat up some water. I take the chai tea bag and then I put it in there. I like to add a little bit of the oak pepper so that as it brews, it's going to have that oak pepper flavor in there. And then I add a little bit of sage. I use dried sage, and that goes a long way, so be careful with that one. And I put it in here, and 4 hours, it's ready to go. So what we're going to want to do, and then, I added a little bit of pumpkin spice in there because I'm going for that, like that Christmas spicy, I don't know, a cider, apple cider, but I'm using the blood orange and some cranberries. And we're going to add a little bit of lime and ginger. And so all of this fresh, we're going to put it in my blender and blend it and then strain it into a clean mason jar. I like to use something that fits my strainer. And what we're going to do is once these are all together, and I forgot, I'm going to get lion's mane, it's going to go in here. I use a focus mushroom coffee, very little, and it helps with your mind balance, basically. I'm trying to see my notes. Anyway, but the sea salt is electrolytes and hydration. Fresh herbs like rosemary, sage, smell amazing and give aroma and the benefits as you blend it through and then you're going to strain it. It's okay to have some fiber and natural sweetness that helps the gut. And then a little touch of sweetness without a crash is the monk fruit that I'm going to add in here to balance these flavors out. So let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the outer part of my ginger root. Just kind of get that off. A nice little trick is to get a spoon and pull that off. And this ritual becomes one of my favorite. I took my cravings for wine and I used this trick. It really helped. Swapping your cravings instead of full out restricting helps you adapt to healthier cravings and better taste buds in the long run. So your taste buds reset as you are nourishing your body, and your body will let you know. And as you inner focus how your body reacts to what you eat, whether it be processed food or in this case, this drink, this elixir, you will see as you take notes and feel your body inside throughout the day, your tension, your breath, your thoughts without judging, just observing, you'll be able to really see how it really works. And this drink, it has a wonderful smell and it has the herbs and the electrolytes and the hydration. And I like to put it over some filtered ice and add sugar-free ginger ale, and it becomes a little fun mocktail. So here we go. We're going to add this ginger in here, and we're going to add the lime. I'm just going to try to peel off. Well, that's not working. You know, I'm tempted to just throw this whole thing in there. The rind is not that bad, but I don't want it to overtake my drink. So, I'm trying to decide. Being difficult. I'm going to opt not to put the rind in. All right. And then my cranberries are already washed, and we're going to add those in. So, I don't know. It looks like a half a cup of cranberries. I'm going to put that in. Fresh cranberries is the best. You can use frozen, but if you can get your hands on some fresh ones, especially during the holidays, go ahead and do that. So I'm going to add a little bit of orange zest of my blood orange. I love to add a little bit of this because I want this flavor to be dominant. And we're going to go ahead and peel off the rind and just try to, like a normal orange here. So would you give this drink a go? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious. So then we just keep on peeling this. Yeah, it's interesting. I started this about, say, July. It just hit me to like, hey, I know apple cider vinegar is healthy for you. I know turmeric is healthy for you. I know it's hot. I need more electrolytes. So I'm going to add a little bit of, I wanted pink salt, but because of that sugar hack. But I decided I only had sea salt, and so we're just going to use that. Then I found out they're kind of the same type of trace minerals that are good for you, better than the table salt, but you still want to get a little bit of that iodine in there in your system. So It's and you always want to make sure, consult your doctor if you do try this drink, because you might have like diabetes or some medication that the apple cider vinegar doesn't go along with. I'm not sure. I don't take any medication, but consult a doctor is a good disclaimer here. Anyway, so we got the blood orange in there, and then we're gonna put the apple in there. We got it cut in half. And we're working at it. And we're gonna get this whole apple in here. Make sure you don't get the seeds in there. I heard they're kind of toxic. I always make sure I cut those out. Right, we're getting somewhere here. And I'm gonna have to get my apple cider vinegar. So I'm gonna have to pause and come right back. All right, I like to shake my apple cider vinegar, and we're going to measure this time. And here it is. Looks a little fun. We got our ginger root down in there, cranberries, blood red orange. You can use a normal orange. It's going to taste different, just to let you know, in case you can't get your hands on the blood orange. Sometimes they're in season. My store kind of like got rid of them, so I got the last of them. They were on the clearance, but just whatever. Yeah, an orange, cranberries, fresh ginger, and an apple. And we're going to measure. So it's about 1/2 tablespoon, teaspoon, not tablespoon, silly me. I like to measure the cap. You know, I'm curious, what have I been putting in there? I put 1/2 cap in there. So today we're going to measure my 1/2 cap. Ooh, that's funny. It was 1/2 teaspoon. My measurement worked. Then that's so 1/2 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. I'll need to get some more. And then we want 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. We want 1/2 of 1/4. This gets tricky. Of sage. Same thing with the pumpkin spice. 1/2 of 1/4. And then we're going to add more oak pepper. If you did do an herbal tea overnight like I did, or 4 hours with the oak pepper, I would still add it, but it's up to you. I don't think it makes it that much smoky. I think it's a good balance. Anyway, and then, so we got that in there. Now we're ready to put this. Let me move my camera so maybe you can see what I'm doing here. All right. So now we're going to make sure you shake it, and then take out your tea bag. And I'm just going to pour it in there because it doesn't really matter. We're going to strain it later anyway. So you pour this in here. And then you blend it. And I'm going to blend it and be right back. Okay, so I forgot to add the focus coffee that includes the lion's mane and ashwagandha and other great mushroom benefits, and little caffeine in there, and then the monk fruit. So what we're going to do is reblend it, and I'm going to show you how I add it in before I reblend it. So hold on here. Nice blending job from my Vitamix. And we're going to do the mushroom coffee first. This is a great, see this little cup it comes with. All right, so I aim for 1/4. See? And that goes in. 1/4 or less. Since I got a lot of fruit in there, I went with a little 1/4. And then we got our monk fruit. We're going to go with 1 teaspoon of monk fruit. Whoops. Well, mine has a little bit more than I wanted. Okay, you know what? My non-measuring method worked better, but you know, I was trying so that I can show you better how to make it, but now I overloaded it with monk fruit. But since this is a 0 fat and 0 sugar sweetener, I'm not going to be that much. I need to shake this up again or blend it. So I'll be right back. All right, so now that we got it all blended, we are going to use a spoon and a strainer. So this method is a cold press juicing / blending method that I came up with. And I'm going to pour it in. Now what I like to do is I like to take the remaining tea and keep pouring it through the mixture so that it evenly goes in. Now if you have a bigger blender and you can fit the whole tea, that would be the solution. Since mine's small, this is my solution. But do what is best in your situation. You just want to get this whole amount of tea that we made right here in through with the fiber as much as you can. Now, if you like my recipe for this, comment elixir and I will send it to you. It's also in my 7-day Radiant Reset, where I guide you through 3 rituals a day and how to eat holistically. And by the end of it, you'll feel radiant and elevated, and you'll want to continue. It's not a diet. It's a elevated lifestyle. The word diet has been destroyed, honestly, but We are just going to keep on mixing this. Well, another fun part is you can get like some honey or Greek yogurt and take the tea bag and all of this pulp right here, and you can put it on your face or your hands. I actually done it before and it felt really good. I don't do a lot of facial masks. Maybe I should. This is all nice and fresh. So you got like a 2-for-1 recipe. You got amazing stopping sugar drink that balances the gut and helps with energy, your mood. It's really wonderful. All right, so we need to put it in another container, the pulp here. You can either use a cup or maybe I'll just use this bowl that I was using before. Anyway, and then we keep on going. And what I like to do is once it's all strained through the pulp here, I strain it one more time, but you don't have to. You leave it like this. It's a little bit thick in the pulp. You would expire faster because of the fiber, so you'll need to drink it within 24 hours. But if you want it to last 48 hours, then strain it one more time as it goes in the mason jar. I'll show you what I mean. But this is good in the back of your fridge for 48 hours. You want to make sure you always shake it before you pour, and it's really good. You can drink it straight, or you can do what I like to do, which is you pour it over some ice and add sparkling water or ginger ale. I like extra ginger flavor, so I do sugar-free ginger ale. I do the store brand, but if I had the money, or there's always better quality. I think it's called Zero. I'm not sure the brand, but there is one that is really good, really healthy. It's like $10 a 4-pack or something. Anyway, I don't remember. I haven't bought that in a while. And then we just keep on going. So then it looks like this. Really pretty coloring with the blood orange and the cranberry. But we're going to keep on going till it's all done. This other cup's not really doing anything. I'm not sure why I have it in here, but you know, I thought I was going to use 2 cups, and so here it is. But you know, didn't use it. So, and just kind of like stir it around so that the liquid can separate from the pulp. Then you kind of help it through the strainer. That's why you see me. Let me try to get a better shot of this. Just kind of turn it over. All right, then you know, I really love my program. It's changed a lot for me, and I would love to have others benefit from it. And I'm only mentioning that because I'm thinking of how this ritual on alone has really changed a lot for me. I mean, I love to pick different herbs and teas that go together, and I plan on growing some herbs, and I bought a rosemary bush tree. I think I showed it to you briefly, maybe not. I'll try to show you in the end. But it smells amazing. I love the smell of rosemary, and it's fun to add fresh, dried, and teas of the same herb. And I found that a lot of culinary people don't do it, and I'm not sure why they don't want to do that, but it helps your the senses of smell, your taste, and your gut. So it hits 3 different parts of you at once in one meal, and it's just amazing. And I make this kind of elixir like for soup, and I have an idea of making it as a pizza, and I think I will try that. It's a little hard for me to cook stuff like that, but maybe I can get that one to go. All right, we're getting somewhere, I think. Yep, that was it. And see, and the whole cranberries and the blood orange, the lime, all mixed in there. All right. So then we're going to pour it with the rest of it, and I'm going to filter it as I go. I find that I like mine to last a little longer. I have not done it and with thicker fiber. It is good for you. There's nothing wrong with that. You just make sure you drink it faster. Mine was almost not drink as fast as it needed to be, and that is why I do double straining. Trial and error, you know. But it smells so good with the cranberries and the sage and the cinnamon. You could warm this up. I thought I'd just mention that. I am in a mocktail mood that wants it to be cold, so I will probably not warm mine up. But I'm giving you the options here. That tastes amazing. I had one gulp that didn't fit, as you can see. But that's tastes really good. All right. Alrighty. Sometimes I like to scoop all of the pulp together and see if I can get anything else out of it. I think I might, actually. I like to try to get as much benefits from one session as possible. This is me just being like extra frugal. I don't know. I'm getting somewhere. All right. It smells so good and tastes amazing. It would be good just like this. Ta-da! Look at the pretty color. Looks Christmassy. I really like it. Oh, I got a little dab on the side. Ta-da! I'm pouring myself a glass of this stuff. And leave it out for 10 minutes. Smell it. It smells amazing. Tastes wonderful, just like this. If you want it sweeter, you're going to want to add more monk fruit. I would just keep adding 1 teaspoon at a time. I don't like too sweet of a drink. That's just me. And then the fun part I like to do, let me go get my ginger ale. Boom. Yeah, I already mentioned I have not the best, but because of my herbs and my special drink, this will be fine. And it looks sparkly and pretty. And this is where you can add like fun little garnishes. Pick a fun little cup and make this your personal ritual. Who said stop craving sugars have to be boring? They don't. They can be radiant. They can be elevated. And they can hydrate and lift you and balance your soul, body, mind, and soul. Here you have it. So mix your salt, your herbs, the ABC, the apple cider vinegar, the fruit, the ginger, and the water. I use clearly filtered water. Highly recommend something that has minerals and benefits in your water. And then drink it 3 times a day, especially before cravings hit. And like if you do like some type of crazy binge cycle of sugar, this would great to stop that. Or if you're done a hangover, kills that as well. And then notice how your taste buds react, your energy, and the cravings shift within the first week. This is the ultimate sugar hack. And there's no counting points, and there's no supplements. It's just simply what hydrates your body, nourishes your soul, and a ritual that remains in your body and you've taken control of. If you want my step-by-step, I created a 7-day radiant reset and everything I use to break free from sugar and cravings without willpower. Just comment below, reset, and I'll send it to you. I hope you found this video to be helpful. And remember, if you struggle with cravings, it's not your fault. You just need a reset because you're rare, wild, and radiant. And stillness is your superpower. Now, if you want to know how to break free from sugar without willpower, watch that video next, and I'll see you there. I wanted to show you my rosemary real quick. Yes, look how cute. See you in the next.